So on Tuesday, President Trump signed an executive order. It is called Preserving and Protecting the Integrity of American Elections. Absolutely. And he told the states, and if you're not going to fall in line, then he's going to pull funding, as he should. And I think one of the other things that he talked about in this executive order was also, I'm trying to scroll down real quick, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he also talked about doing away with mail-in ballots, which I 100% agree with. I don't understand how mail-in ballots are a legal thing, because it would seem to me that would be one of the easiest ways for voter fraud to happen. I don't know. This morning, there was an article. It is called Illinois Democrats Vow to Defend State Election Law Against Trump's Executive Order. Well, of course they want to defend their election laws. Let me tell you something about Illinois' election laws. So this year I decided that I wanted to be an election judge. In my county, they offer a 4-hour class that you can go to, and I did. Now, there's a lot of information in learning how to be an election judge, like a lot. They're doing their very best with cramming as much information into the 4 hours as they can. Now, when you go, now I'm a first-time judge. Most of us this time around are, because a lot of the people that were judges decided they don't want to do it anymore. So there's a whole bunch of brand new people. And there's also a shortage of judges. So keep all that in mind. As a brand new person, go to the polling place to be the election judge. They will send a veteran judge with me, which really just means somebody who's been a judge more than one time before. So you're not completely thrown to the wolves, but still. So now that everybody understands what's going on at these polling places, now when you sign up to do this, you sign up as either a Republican or a Democrat. And the reason is because at a polling place, there has to be one Democrat and one Republican at all times. It's like a checks and balances system. The reason for that, if and when the ballot boxes have to be open, because they'll be opened if there's a malfunction on the machine. Both parties have to be present for that. And also, at the end of the night, the box is opened anyway. All the ballots are put into a locked zip bag, and both parties have to be present for that. Another important one is at the very end of the night, when you are collecting the ballots and all the equipment and one person from each party goes into one vehicle. And that vehicle is then driven to the drop-off place where you're going to bring the ballots and all the equipment, whether that be your county building or just another drop-off location. But both parties have to be present. It's pretty important, apparently, because they talk about it the whole time during the class. Also, in all of the paperwork that you're given, a couple days ago, I got a phone call. It was a woman from the county building who wanted to know, her exact words were, to be a Dem for the day so that I could be in my home precinct on election day. So she wanted me to pretend to be a Democrat so that I could be so basically it's a polling place full of Republicans. Now, as a Republican, you might think, well, what's the big deal? It's a big deal because if it's working that way for Republicans, it's going to work that way for Democrats too. If it's good for one, it's good for the other. That voicemail. And then she actually called and left it twice because she thought she was calling someone else and called me again on accident, which means she's asking other people to do this. That made me put the brakes on and go, I don't want to be a part of that. That sounds super sketchy to me. Then to see that Trump had signed this executive order, then Illinois stand up right away and want to defend their voting laws, that's a joke. In Illinois, you don't need to show your voter registration card and you don't need to show an identification to vote. Say your name, and as long as your name pops up on their tablet thing and their list, you can vote. It's insanely lax. So for Trump to stand up and do this, thank you. Because again, I've said it before and I'll say it again, Illinois government will not clean up its crap. Somebody has to. I'm glad we have the president that we have now.
I walk with you through the great divide. Still I'm yours from the other side.